Thank. is it? That microphone. Okay, we're in. We're back. All right, we're ready.
Hey.
We've only been away for a week due to my computer blowing up. Which
crazy. We were
literally let the smoke out. It was very exciting. But
all
we
short on Discord just to start smoking up in front of that. It was crazy.
came straight
That's
through
exactly
the
what
Discord.
happened.
Exactly what happened. Definitely the only thing that could possibly have happened. Cool. All right, so we're back. We're having fun. And we've got two wombats on screen, and so this is all kind of a marsupial kind of evening. Oh, wait, who are we? What do we do? What do we do?
These are important things to cover.
These are, I feel like we should, yeah. So,
We have panic attacks and
computers explode.
Stress out a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
We all stress out.
and
a
we
lot.
swear. We have to say that.
We're also roll for dopamine and we play D&D on Tuesdays. Yippee!
Yeah.
Unless you're watching from overseas, in which case it could be Monday.
Yeah. Monday, middle of the actual fucking night.
Well, what else would you want to do in your lunch break?
Lunch break, middle of the night. Don't know how that works out.
Oh,
but
I
okay.
thought you said middle of the day. That's cool. Dwyer
No.
is paying attention. We're off to a good start.
Great start. I can tell you what time it is in Europe. I have this somewhere. World
I was
clock.
thinking America, because I think they're
Well-
like 22 hours behind us.
It is 9:50 in Berlin. It is 8:50 in London, and it is 3:50 a.m. in the States.
It's only 4:50 p.m. in Perth.
Yeah, listen to us on your way home.
Hello to the Perth audience of none.
How do you know?
Yeah, and just at the top before I forget, Pat, do you want to give a shout out to your recently launched podcast?
Oh yeah, the Finally Press Record podcast. Now streaming episodes whenever I can get around to editing them.
Hey!
That's the way to do it.
And I will be shouting out this on said podcast so the two random guys in Germany that started listening to it
We are
may join
available.
our audience.
Yes, welcome to our two Germans. Or, welcome in the
Gesundheit.
past if
What
you're
is it?
watching this on YouTube where it's just going to live.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Do we have a Discord? Oh, YouTube.
We do have a
We
YouTube.
do have a YouTube.
We do have a YouTube. You can look at it. You can be one of our 3 views on an episode.
What? How did I not know this?
It's the same.
Hells yeah, guys.
How are you not sharing this?
I also didn't know this, to be
We,
honest.
we
I just
also
thought we were
have
live.
we also have an Instagram if you can.
That one I do know.
Yeah.
I knew
Yes,
that
like,
too.
follow, subscribe, and comment on all our shorts. They're hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
Why? Look at this.
All right.
So,
Well,
me
this
just
is
hitting that subscribe button.
glad that you're super involved. Cool. All right.
I don't. Yeah.
Good job, Matt.
I don't know that we. All right. Cool. Yeah. Hells yeah.
We've had
Are we like 6, 7 in? You finally got it?
well, that's been running for as long as this Twitch account has been running, so they're interlinked. So that would be what,
Okay.
2 years?
Okay. It's not like I've been like a vital member of this whole thing
So just
from the get-go.
clap for Matt.
It's my round of applause.
Round applause.
Yeah. All right.
All right, cool. So, Dwairu, you're gonna hit us with
Now that we're all on the same page.
Yeah. Now that we are.
Wairu's recollection of events from the last time we were there.
Yeah.
Right, so everyone changed clothes on the roof, and I got the easy takeoff pants and this pair of like really long underwear, which totally rode up my ass crack, by the way. Would not recommend out of 10, but everyone else looks amazing, though I don't remember what everyone wore. I think there was a ball or something involved. And this really long ribbon that like just didn't stop, and no one ended up wearing it. I'm not sure why we took it out. Anyway, we went back inside through the window with a plan to do something, though I wasn't super paying attention to what the something was because I was focusing on waiting for the signal, at which point I was supposed to rip off my easy takeoff pants and start singing and dancing and otherwise drawing as much attention as possible, which, by the way, I don't really understand. Like, how do you draw attention? Like, I understand how to draw a tree or a fish, but how do you draw attention? The recap, right, shit. Helios started flirting with this, like, bearded university guy, but totally used her sister's name. I think she's trying to set her up on dates or something, because it's not like the first time that she's done that. I think she also licked an egg or something, but also that may have been me, or maybe it was a dream I had. I don't really remember. Leonardo was using his accent to be, like, all super flirty with the lady who runs things and told me to leave when we were on like recon or scooping out the place, as people say. He tried to pickpocket her ring, but it totally failed. But he decided just to burst into a love ballad instead, which I don't really understand dating, but if that's how it works, like it's complicated and scary. During all this time, Pipwhip got like expelled from Luna and like fully just Superman jumped into the vent and told everyone, clear the room that the egg is in. Which, by the way, made me super confused because like Helios and Leo started just bringing people into the room, and I also, well, actually, that's it. I don't really understand how doors works. Maybe I'm not the best person to understand why that happened that way. Anyway, Luna and I were like chilling in the room with the giant dino skeleton thing when Leo started singing, and I was totally ready to rip my clothes off, but no one gave me the sign, so I just kind of tried to blend in. I think the easy removal pants really helped because most of the people weren't looking at me. Reminded me kind of like trying to find food on the street, actually. Fuck, I could really use a burrito. Is anyone else hungry? Oh, actually, speaking of food, Leo was distracting everyone before they could do dinner. So Helios was all like, oh my god, the entertainment's here. Everyone get the fuck out of the room. Let's go and watch. But no one went, so she gave me the signal. By this time, Leo was like singing on the platform the dino skeleton was on, so I saw my moment. I jumped up on there, I ripped my pants off and started to slut drop on that skeleton's giant leg, which, by the way, is really hard. Like, do you know how difficult it is to smoothly rub your ass up and down an old ragged skeleton? I'm pretty sure there's still bits of dinosaur in my ass cheeks. Things were going really well. Like, security came over to us and everyone started to follow, and people were talking about like spearing them or beating them or hitting them up, which I've never heard from a crowd before, but it must mean they really liked it because everyone was there. Although then I randomly caught fire. Like, fuck me, not gonna lie, I may have kind of panicked a little bit and then ran out, kind of forgot the plan, even went through a few security guards. They were trying to give me hugs. I think they were trying to put the fire out. But it's all good because while we were doing that, Pipwick, like, fully ninja'd his way into the room, replaced the egg with a book, which is, like, fucking genius, because literally what else are you going to do with a book, right? The fire on me suddenly went out, and before anything else could happen, an actual fire alarm went off, so everyone got out, but I kind of got distracted by all the, like, loud dinging, and then I got cornered by a bunch of guards, but then I saw Helios talking to one of the guards, and then she gave me, like, this look, and so when the guard asked me to go with him, I just like, went. And it was a little creepy, to be honest. He was talking something about, like, doing me in the back door, which was like, well, why did you let me go and get my pants if, like, you were just going to ask me to do that? But then he, like, just changed his mind and he sent me out of the thing. And so, yeah, I think Pip's up, like, on the roof with an egg still while the rest of us are all in different spots on the streets, and that's pretty much what happened.
Somehow.
That was amazing. Holy.
So, A, yes, that was amazing. B, somehow Dwairu's thoughts are significantly more cohesive than Dwairu's speech.
Oh. But also, Dwairu like thinks at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
It is amazing that you get any words out.
The perfect replication. Well,
So,
that's a good description of ADHD.
Dwairu's completely there.
Good job.
right. So, who recalls who was out on the street? Because,
Oh, I'm out in the street.
yeah.
Another
Mount
one.
Street.
Some of
We all
you were in a back alley of a pub taking the opportunity to get changed out of your fancy outfits into some less conspicuous clothing while in the back alley of a pub next to some guy who I believe was vomiting or peeing. I don't recall. But there was some kind of expulsion of fluid.
Been there.
Terrible waft in the air.
Yeah.
Can I chime in with something that I should have said out loud in the last session?
Oh, sure.
Which is, I open the bag of holding, take out the container for the egg, and put the egg in it.
No, I think we thought about doing that and decided against it. Because we
Why?
have enough time to take it to the professor and we don't know how that container works.
I mean,
It's just a container.
We definitely agreed we were waiting. We definitely didn't do it yet.
I mean, Pipwick is alone on the rooftop with
Yep.
egg and container. He can make the choices he chooses to make. So, Pipwick, it's you alone on this rooftop with an egg and a bag of holding. Do you choose to put the egg in the container inside of the bag of holding?
I mean, I don't remember, like, you know, us saying that we're gonna wait. And I don't know. I feel
Again,
like it's definitely
don't
up to
listen to them. They're not anywhere near you.
I'm well aware. Meta
I'm
voice
just saying
from
that we-
voice.
I'm just saying.
Time.
These pigeons are really loud.
Suddenly you just hear
time.
Dwairu's voice in your head. Where the fuck's that burrito?
Holding the egg, do I feel anything like coming from it?
Was that Wairu recap just all playing in our own brain?
You picked up the message, cantrip. Pulses of energy ripple beneath your skin that like contacts the egg, like vermin skittering on the inside of your flesh.
Oh, that's scary as fuck. I'm putting it in the container.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I don't want to metagame. That is what my first impulse was. That's what my character would do. Pipwick is completing the job. He's putting it in the container.
Okay. So, the egg is in the container, you're on the roof, the building has effectively been evacuated underneath you. What are you doing from here?
I am
Yeah.
redonning my old man gear,
Yep. So you've
And-
done your
Oh, yeah.
disguise.
slowly making my way down the fire escape.
Okay. Are you doing this stealthily, or are you just being like, I'm evacuating the building with everybody else, but from the roof?
Yeah, I'm happy to. I'll do stealthily, and if I get caught, then I'll try and wing my way out of it.
Okay, cool. Make a stealth roll for me, please.
Certainly. That is a 19.
19. You're pretty small. Nobody's looking at a little speck descending from the sky. There is so much other noise and things happening. The building was on fire, and then it was not. There's flooding. The streets are flooded with people in these obnoxious ball gowns and other outfits. You are just not even worth noticing as you slip down the fire escape and into the streets below.
I don't really appreciate the commentary on those that are vertically challenged, but thank you.
I think that just in the crowds, I assume it's kind of gathering outside of the museum at this point. Leonardo is so he has used disguise self to dip away into the crowds and be unseen in his getaway, but is still out in the crowd and is like kind of. I really want to be able to use Leonardo's accent and try to make him a bad accent. Like he is putting on an accent as well, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But he
I
is
think you
like
should
going
try.
to the crowd and being like, "No, you guys, he was such a good actor."
Cool.
It was
So
such a
as
good
you
Are you
performance.
trying to be your own hype man?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I'm definitely trying to spread rumors about how
Cool.
good Leonardo
so
was.
having switched your outfit and made your way back to this group of people, can I have a persuasion roll to see how good? I'm thinking at disadvantage. To see how good you are at convincing the crowd otherwise. Because the performance was, then everything caught fire, and they're outside. So,
Okay, fine.
I mean, if it caught fire, you could say the show was lit.
That's a 23 with disadvantage.
right.
I rolled a 17 and a 19. Sorry, 22. 22.
Okay.
That is crazy.
The accent, possible, but nobody was paying enough attention to your speaking voice earlier to catch that this time around it's the same guy. As you start
No,
convincing,
I'm still disguised.
Yeah.
Disguised self.
yeah.
So. Okay.
But you start just one or two people, and then they spread it to a little bit further on the crowd. Like, this was quite a convincing performance. Like, you got a crowd up and moving. Everybody's like out. We're all like mingling now. It was. I mean, if it's an art piece, it's certainly something to write home about. It's quite a statement. We're all talking about what happened, so I guess it's invoking emotion. Certainly adrenaline from some of the crowd as you like make your way through this group. Pipwick, you start hearing the crowd's attitude to this evening's events switch it up, and you're pretty switched on. You know Leonardo is in the crowd trying to work his magic and switch up this story that's coming out of this group of people as they are mingling and kind of awaiting what happens next based on the like fire assembly rules.
Fair enough. I would like kind of pivot around the crowd and try and get like the group's attention to like, let's get the fuck out of here, sort of.
I am not 100% sure that the rest of the group would have entered the crowd. Are you guys following Leonardo back in, or would you...
I would be standing at the neck of the alleyway, A, keeping an eye on Leonardo, and B, looking for Pip.
No one knows what I look like right now. I want to make that clear.
Disguise yourself in the alleyway.
No, as I jumped off was it the Stegosaurus?
Yeah.
The Allosaurus. That's when I changed and then disappeared into the crowd. So I don't think I'd like gone out and changed my disguise in the alleyway. I think I just was straight out with everyone.
Yeah, I recall you saying that somewhere on your way out in disguise.
With the people who are not Leonardo, are they obvious to Pipwick as he comes like around the crowd?
Make a perception check for me.
That's persuasion. That's performance. Ignore that. Actually, just do it as a 14 because I've got nothing in perception. So 14.
14? Cool. So you cast your eyes around. You don't necessarily spot any of your colleagues, but you do kind of get a sense of where they would be headed to. There is a very convenient alleyway at the back of a series of pubs nearby that kind of scream that'd be the place at least some of them would be lurking.
Okay, I'll head there.
Yeah. Once I know that my rumors have been successful, I'd spot it, clock it, and head that the same way.
I'm at the rear exit of the museum trying to figure out how to put the pants back together.
Yes. So can I get in the straight intelligence roll to try and put your pants back together?
Straight intelligence roll. Oh, that's not strong. We got a 6.
6. For neither love nor money do any of these buttons seem to go back together. They don't push, they don't stick, they're not magnetized. You have 2 capes.
2 capes.
Would we be
Two capes.
would we be passing Dwairu to get to this alley?
No, you would not. So if you recall, the landscape of the museum is kind of like this way, with the alleyway at the back that was where all the deliveries and stuff happened. Down the side was where the fire escape kind of exited from the building, and then everybody was gathered at the front. And so everybody else is kind of like meandered this way, headed out and down towards the alleyways down this way where the pubs and other things are.
Taverns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Downtown.
Cool. So you have 2 capes. What are you doing?
I'm gonna like kneel on the ground with a rock and see if I can like hammer the 2 back together.
Okay. Make a strength check for me.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That is a 15.
Cool. You are very sure that this is going to work, and you slam this rock over and over and over again across the tiny clips, and you beat most of them into dust. But 2 of them are now stuck together, so you have a kilt.
I'll take it. I'm gonna try and put the kilt on.
Cool. Make a dex check for me to try and get into this kilt without undoing your smash buttons.
18.
18.
Nailed it.
You successfully shimmy into this kilt without like busting open any of the clips that you've managed to seal shut. And you are now fully equipped with a kilt with a split seam in the middle.
And my mankini coming up.
The legend of the Scottish orc lives on.
The Scottish mankini wearing orc.
Alrighty, so do I meet up with the rest of the crew?
Yep, you guys meet up, although there is no sign of Dwairu at this point.
Cool.
Hey guys, we've made it. Yay. Assuming you got what you came for.
Yes. Yes, I got what I came for. Yes.
Excellent. Good. Have we seen Dry Drew? Where is he?
Well, once again, his name is Dwairu. But great.
Shouldn't be that hard to find. As a short, brown, chubby-cheeked man walks up.
God damn it, Leo! And I smack the back of your head.
When you smack him, does the disguise fall off?
Yeah.
So, where is the oath?
Can I make a perception check to see if I can see him?
Sure.
I got him released from captivity by our friend we had a favor from.
Oh,
That-
perfect. So that worked out.
But I don't know where he is.
Has anyone just tried like sprinkling stuff on the pavement for him to like notice and pick up and follow?
Can I Magneto point in the direction and see if I can cast message on him?
Sure. You do it roughly in the direction of the building. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Dwairu, where are you at the moment? You'll hear this in your brain.
I
You
look
need
up
to
to the
respond
sky.
in ultra fast brain, Dwairu.
I look up to the sky and pray. A voice wherever you are, I'm at the back of the museum.
Ah, okay, good. You don't hear that bit, Matt. He's at the back of the museum.
Hello?
Can you tell him
Are
to
you
come
still
this
there?
way so we're not taking the stolen goods back to the museum?
I guess so. Dwairu, this is Leonardo. We are outside the pub across the road. In the alleyway down this street. If you would
Up
like to
across the
join us.
road, down an alley, down a street. Got it.
It's not terribly the wrong answer, but I could have done a better job at explaining it.
It's okay, common is your second language.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to run in a direction of a pub.
Cool. So there's only one way out of the alleyway here, and if you run,
Thank God.
you will. Everyone will see you.
Oh, we're definitely not running.
But if running is the way that you go, you can run. I'm not going to stop you.
I might walk.
No.
Everyone's still gonna see you, you're just gonna be slower.
Walk, you're confusing me now. I don't know which one to go with.
Well, you're an orc wearing very, very little.
You're an orc wearing a mankini with a manufactured kilt over the top, exiting a rather glamorous event, having interrupted said glamorous event with the mankini.
These are all valid points, but the voice in my head said to go to a pub, so I feel like the character is running to the pub.
All right, to the pub we go. Hello, nameless serpent. Welcome to this shit show.
Yippee!
Cool. So, you make your way out of this back alley, past the fire escape that's now down, which is super exciting, and in front of you stands a large milling crowd of people that you had seen earlier, in their finery, and there's like pubs just across this courtyard of people. Are you gonna walk across them?
Yes I am.
Cool. So you start like just meandering across that space, heading out of here, no care whatsoever, and everybody's eyes start watching you. Nobody cast Fireball. The chat says cast Fireball, we say no.
Pretty sure I don't have fireball, so that's all good. Yep, I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna say, hope you enjoyed it. We're back next week.
He's back. You hear the group be like, he's back next week. Where on earth is he performing? Do we really want to see that? There's like mutterings in the crowd, being like, well, I mean, if he's part of that other guy's show, it can't be that bad. And the crowd,
Yeah.
Crowd's talking
seems to
about
be...
a performance that I did.
The crowd is a little bit confused, and also at least one person has completely averted their gaze because they caught a look at something in the back, and they were just like, do not need that at all.
No,
Like a
can
little
be
bits of
honest.
dinosaur
They,
bones
like,
sticking out.
covered their eyes and like split the fingers.
Yeah, but you make your way across, and now there is a whole array of pubs in front of you.
Do we see him make this grand
Yes,
kind of
yes,
display?
you can.
Okay.
He is
well,
not
should-
wearing clothes, really.
Oh my goodness, he needs to put on some clothes. Should we go to him?
Can I grab
on,
some
Darren.
clothes from the bag of holding for him?
His old clothes would be in the bag of holding.
I
However,
open the
Pipwick
bag.
has the bag.
I open the bag and I'm just like, clothes, all of the clothes, just throwing everyone's clothes out of the bag.
Cool, so you now have
okay.
Dwyru's clothes, but Dwyru hasn't found you yet.
Yes, I will rush. I will
Grab him.
rush
Come on,
over.
grab him.
Oh, hi, you're in my head. How did you do that?
It's
Tell him you're God. Tell him you're a god. It will be so good.
It's a thing I learned to do with some divine magic. You know, just
No,
Part
I
of
don't
being a
really
god,
understand
you know?
it, but that's cool. Can you do it again? Oh my god, could you make me dream things?
I do not want to. I feel like this would leads down a very disgusting path.
As you guys are standing there having this conversation, a small elven woman who was somewhere in the back of the groups that you had seen so far kind of just like shuffles up to you guys and goes, "May I get an autograph? Can I get an autograph? I was really hoping to get the contact information for the other guy that you were performing with, who was here earlier. But he said you gone. But if I could get your autograph, that would be wonderful."
No,
She's holding it out to
I-
Dwyru.
I definitely was walking over to him. Like,
I would love to help you. What is an autograph?
Your name? Can I get your name
Right.
written here?
I'm gonna
Written
start
here.
writing it, guys. We need to go.
I-
we need to be.
I don't know how to write it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to do here.
am I nearby? Or
Yeah,
am
yeah. I thought you guys were next to each other. So this
Yeah, yeah.
person is coming up to talk to like both of you, but you don't look like the same guy that performed, so she has no interest in you.
No, I've. Oh no, I dropped my
smacked the
disguise.
disguise off him.
Yeah.
So he looks like Leo again.
I look like Leo again.
Oh, I thought
had
you
my-
were also disguised beforehand. You changed your disguise. Okay. Okay, then yes, she's getting both of your. Can I get your
Oh
autograph?
my dear, of course. Here. Let me. What's your
How
name?
do I
my dear?
autograph?
Ella.
You sign your name.
I like walk up behind Dwyru and like conk him on the back of his knee because I'm short. I'm like, give her a rock.
And I'm gonna like write out like kind of a just a quick to Ella.
Where did Ella come from?
I said that was the character's name. when he asked.
Okay, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
While this is all happening, you're thinking of a message. I'm coming over and being like, "Stop writing your name down. We need to leave. We did the thing we trained for."
I feel like as I'm like halfway through this message, I haven't like signed my name yet. I think you like pull me away. I draw like a hard line through it as I like give it back, kind of like getting pulled away by Helios.
I grab it and do my best attempt to write a rock.
Cool, make a performance check for me.
Oh, it's an 8.
8. You draw a pretty convincing rock for the like 2 seconds that you have the notebook. Oh, thank you. As you guys get dragged away by Helios.
Visit us at the circus.
The circus.
Yeah, he means the circus that his family is. Walk now.
Okay, so
Can I get
we
like
get going?
my things, or do we like need to move?
No, we're slowly handing you your.
Oh my
Your
god, yes, I know how to put these on.
Are you just gonna?
It seemed like you
stay
struggled
right in
with
front of
these
us?
ones.
Yep, same again.
We're going to a different tavern now, aren't we? To meet, I've forgotten her name. Cassandra? Cassie?
Dr. Cassie is at
Yeah.
the Valkenbluff, I believe.
That's cool. You can just say a name. I don't
Yeah.
even remember what it was.
No, we went to the Valkenbluff the first time, and then
You were at the Sage's Quill last time.
oh, so we're going to the Valkenbluff this time.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna keep it on the.
Oh, the bluff is
DL,
Valken.
remember?
Oh, my bad.
So Dwairu gets dressed and we head that direction.
And
Works for me.
the egg, correct?
I do. I am currently in possession of an Eldritch Horror. Let's go to the pub.
Wait, what's an
And
Eldritch
we
Horror?
haven't put it into the container yet. Yes,
No,
we
it's
we'd
in the-
already agreed that.
It's in the container. It's in the bag.
Oh, okay. Well, hadn't we decided that we weren't going to do that?
No one included me in that conversation.
Hmm. Ah, okay. Alright.
I, I don't remember that conversation either.
What's the worst that could happen?
Does anyone have the time?
Do you want an
Time?
estimation of the
Can we
time?
Pop into one of the pubs. This very popular street of pubs, and see if there's a clock on the wall or something like that.
I mean, you'd have a sense of what the time is. It would have been close to when dinner was being served at the event, which was a late start of 8:30.
Okay, cool. Okay, so
My brain is telling me it is approximately 8:27.
Well, didn't we? We interrupted the dinner and then had our performance. So I feel like we're a little bit later than that.
Matt, stop picking it apart and move on.
Okay, it's 9
No
o'clock.
one is out for the time. Ah! No, you're not.
It's
Alright, let's go to the pub.
cool. So you make your way to the Varken Bluff, and rather than the kind of lush interior of the Sage's Quill with its mahogany furniture and luxurious carpets, this is a unibar. The there is a long bar running down one side. It's crowded full of young academics like pushing their way in. Right at the end, there is just a series of dwarves absolutely just hammering on all of these instruments. Literally, like one of them has a guitar that he's got a hammer against, trying to like bang out a tune, and they're just screaming into what's going on at the other end. It is loud. There are people everywhere. There is like lots of dark corners as they've got these like higgledy-piggledy shapes and booths going on. There's like stacked 2 stories, and you know, all of the alcohol seems to be at 50% off all the time.
Oh my god, is that a band? I've always wanted to be in a band.
The floor is sticky.
Yeah.
It smells
Okay.
mildly damp, and you don't understand why.
I do not enjoy the altitude that I stand at in this bar.
Not at all. There is quite a number of people wearing not a lot of clothing here too. You're getting a lot of views of fleshy bits.
Confirm.
That's a weird way of saying it.
Guys, should I have kept the mankini on?
Can we see Dr. Cassie somewhere here?
Make a perception check for me, please.
Certainly.
Leonardo is going up to the bar. How old have we established that Leonardo was?
Uh,
It's a 12.
Okay, we haven't really established this, right? This could be a terrible character choice. He will, you know, start chatting up someone if they're at the bar.
To get to the bar, it's about 4 people deep.
Oh, okay.
But you can
alright,
certainly
well,
try.
I think that okay, plan. I've got a game plan immediately. There's definitely gonna be a large group of people that are like all gonna get a drink together, and one of them's at the bar, but like the rest of them are kind of like clumped up behind them. I want to join that group, like be like, oh, hello guys, how you doing? And like try and slide my way in so that I can get a drink in there like rounds.
When you get to the front, you need to say 5 cougars, thanks.
Sorry, the nameless serpent. I was 4 people deep once. Really makes you rethink your life choices. Yes, and I'm rethinking your life choices as well. Thank you. Okay, cool. Can I get a perception check? I'm really warm
Persuasion
now.
check?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
Alright,
perception.
you were the one that made this bar the way that it is.
It's really warm. It's warm in here.
Do I have advantage or disadvantage or anything like that?
No.
Give me advantage because they're all drunk.
Okay, fine. You can have advantage because they're all drunk.
Hey.
Solid
Dang.
reasoning.
Okay. Ooh, dirty natural 19. Sorry, that's just. What was it? Persuasion? 24.
Persuasion. Excellent. So you just slip straight into this group, and they just best friends, like girls in a bathroom moment. Yeah. Shots, and everybody's in on it. And other chat comments. I was 4 people deep once. You think they would have stopped me after I impaled the first?
I like this. It's escalating. Keep going.
That's me.
I know.
And Leonardo just proving once again the question of is he gay or European?
So yeah.
With a 12, can I see Dr. Cassidy?
You scan your eyes about this space. You can see very little. It is full of people, and they're all mostly taller than you.
Hey, if you're trying to look for someone, would it help if I lifted you up?
I was about to say, Dwyer, can I get a boost?
I am also looking around. And am I allowed to do perception?
Yeah, you can do a perception check.
I got a dirty
What do you-
21.
Okay, what are you looking for? Cassie as well?
Specifically just Cassie. And I'd be looking in like dark corners, booths, like that kind of thing.
Awkwardly loitering near what you expect is the privies, you see a purple robe that you recognize.
Guys,
Leonardo definitely has taken this shot and then slid into their place to get another drink because holy shit, he's not up for having any more shots. He is way beyond that. Like, that was a dark time in his life.
Cool. But you're pretty sure when
I-
you took that shot, it was 50% water.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
unibar.
50% off.
yeah, right.
I, as graciously as possible, monkey climb up Dwyer and say, that way.
I follow. The direction, that is.
Cool, so you're all following Helios over to Dr. Cassie.
I think that I've lost the group.
Okay.
Or did we
Luna,
lose you? That's the question.
Luna, where are you?
I'm following as well, but I'm also getting distracted as I look at things around the room, particularly checking for anything exciting, and rocks.
Not a lot of rocks here necessarily, but this is
But there's some rock stars up on the stage.
Yeah, there's some rock music that's playing.
It's not really what I'm looking for.
Okay.
I'll keep it in mind.
Keep meandering forward. Yeah. So you make your way to Dr. Cassie, who looks up, and you can see these like bags under her eyes. She's just looking more and more stressed as she's been waiting for you in an environment that has really started to turn into a nightclub that she was not ready for. It is loud, and she is stressed, and she just looks so entirely out of place in this moment, particularly as she's still wearing her large purple robe rather than the more skin-showing outfits of the younger academics who are taking part in this evening's events. She makes eye contact with you guys and is just like frantically like looking for any gesture from you to be like yes or no what has happened.
I'm just waving. I'm really happy.
Same. I see it and respond.
I would be looking at her and nodding and pointing up into a corner.
Yeah, and so she's like shuffles through a group of people that were like lining up for the toilets near where she was and just trying to find like any dark corner or dark space away from all of these people.
like over the loud music, Pip would be like, "Is there like a back exit that we can like get the fuck out of here?"
Oh my god, that's like what the security guard asked me about too.
This building isn't up to code. There's
Figure out the
nothing
dinner
here.
first. Sorry.
Yeah, this building isn't up to code. There's nothing here.
Okay. I tried.
We need to go somewhere else, or should we talk here?
I don't think that anybody's paying us any attention here, so we could probably do it here. She's like
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really even paying attention
looking
most of the time.
around, and you like kind of look to your right, and there are two people making out. And you're like, because they also found this dark corner.
Oh, yeah, go on. Okay, let's do it here.
Environment is charming. Okay, so Eldritch Horror in a container has been acquired.
When did we do that?
Good to know. Good to know. Can I have second? Well, was it what did it look like? What did it feel like? Where are we at in the stage? What process? What is happening?
It was still within an egg, but it was like pulsing. It felt like I had tiny insects crawling all over my skin when I held it.
Yeah, it reminds me of sleeping
That-
on the forest.
Is awful.
Why?
Waru's side
Yes.
comments are so revealing about his character.
I mean, the feeling sounds awful, right? Things running under your skin. That just sounds terrible.
Can I,
It break like shades a little as Dryru
can I
shudders
just
going,
insight?
Yeah, you can roll
Um,
in.
See, I'm just feeling suspicious. I'm scared. We've made it, and it's like, what if she, I don't know,
Yeah,
wants to let
hey.
it loose or something? I got a 12.
I'm glad
12?
you were thinking it.
She looks incredibly stressed, and she wants to contain this. She's also just, everything about her right now is heightened and on edge.
I rolled a 17 on insight. Do I get any other sense aside from what you've just described?
Yes. She is terrified that at some point you guys are going to unleash an eldritch horror right in front of her, and she is not emotionally prepared for that.
Okay. I open up the bag of holding and I pull out the container.
Yeah. So
And so
even as you grab the container, that feeling starts to spread across your fingers. Of the vermin underneath your skin.
Even a container? No.
Dr. Cassie, can you just make sure that I've closed this properly because I'm getting that feeling again and it's inside the box.
Yeah, she takes the container from you. Yeah, that is closed, and that is awful and awkward, and I need this. We need to go. I need to go and do something or take this somewhere. This is not.
Put it back in the bag, put it back in the bag, put it
Yeah,
back in the bag.
back in the bag, back in the bag.
Cool, okay, so, just imagining that container is just sitting outside our dimension for a little bit. What do we need to do?
Right. Well, the short answer would be that we put it back where it came from in the container that they had originally created, but this was made from that container, so I don't think that that is an option. We can keep it in the bag of holding forever and then never have to deal with that again because it's in a different dimension. Or I know a wizard. Okay, so let's go and go talk to a wizard I know who can do time things. Actually, yes, let's do that. Yes, I should have talked to them about the box. So,
Can we trust this wizard?
and she kind of just starts to like blush and look a little bit awkward. I would have trusted them. Do we have a reason not to trust them?
What are you thinking, Cassie?
It's a world-ending eldritch beast. Let's be logical here. We need to make sure that if we take this out of the bag again, that whoever is handling it is trustworthy and not going to be corrupted by its power.
Yeah, okay. Fair options. So, okay.
I mean,
I'm no one roll inside for that. Come on, guys. I'm
I'm a
not there.
body warlock. I'll take it as my patron.
Cool. You're gonna take it as your patron? Jesus.
I mean, if we're really worried about the egg, why don't we just fry it and eat it?
Look,
That I
that's
don't think.
an
I don't think
option.
it's that kind of egg throw.
There's different kinds of eggs?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how much have I been missing? Can we go find some eggs?
Who is the wizard?
Oh, he's just one of the academics of the Varkin Bluff. He does a lot of stuff. Studying time, thinks it's cool, all those kind of things.
A name?
Yeah. Let me think of a name! Why is this so hard? Names are really hard, guys.
Hug and stuff.
Well, his name is Kai.
Kai.
Yeah.
Can I do some sort of check to see if that name holds any regard in notoriety?
Yeah, you can. What background would you have that you would know an academic who studied?
Well, I am also a spellcaster and person who studies magic of some variety. I would wonder about like my arcana studies and stuff like that if I've come across
Yeah.
any wizard of
How much studying would we have been doing at the circus though? I was thinking a similar thing when we were going. Oh yeah, college kids, college bard, perhaps. You know, I was thinking along that route, but I don't think we would have, had that lifestyle.
I feel like to some degree being a spellcaster who isn't born with innate magic needs to do some form of study, at least for worshipping.
Okay.
Maybe it's just I can't sleep and I've hit the weed too much.
Hell yeah.
Been there.
What kind of check would you like me to make, DM?
Yeah, make a history check, I think.
Oh, that is an 8.
An 8. The name doesn't necessarily ring a bell, but she is only referring to them by a first name, so it's probably not what they go by in real life.
Alright, well, I'm happy to hold on to the world-ending creature. Would you like to go and visit this wizard?
Yeah, I think that we should. I suspect that we are probably going to need him to cast something on this creature, so maybe we all go and see him?
I'm
We don't have a lot of time. I think that's for the best.
Yes.
Someone grab Leonardo.
He might be more of a hindrance than help in the condition that he's in right now. Looking over at Leonardo, who is very clearly off his face.
No, I think that yeah, there is an element of that, but I had rolled to see if I could make my way backstage. I was not convincing enough to the bouncer, so I am kind of arguing with him at the moment. So yeah, that would be where you find Leonardo at this point. No, you don't understand. I should go backstage because I can do some music.
So you're not on the set
As
list. You're not on the
Are we
list.
meant to be leaving with him?
As we're leaving, I cast my unseen servant to grab Leonardo's ear and tug him in the direction that we're leaving.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So you guys are heading out onto the street. Dr. Cassie kind of hurriedly leads you down a series of back alleys until you kind of approach a very narrow series of townhouses, all with these little rows of gardens at the front. They're all very, very narrow, and you can see that a lot of them seem to have an academic aesthetic. This might be where some of the academics from the Varkin Bluff actually reside.
as we were leaving the pub, like Leonardo definitely called out to some girls that were perhaps a bit too young when, like, but like being dragged out, being like, "See you later."
Yeah, they all like, bye, Leo.
When are you going to see them later?
Sometime in the future. Well,
So we're adding into your character history that Leonardo is in fact a woo girl.
what do you mean a woo girl?
You don't know what a worker is?
I think he's too young.
Yes.
A woo girl is like a young girl who gets very drunk and screams, "Woo!"
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're outvoted. This is democracy.
Yep.
It's not. It's a dictatorship. It's whatever the GM says.
As we approach these houses, I'm going to dismount Dwyer as I have been riding him as my steed for this entire time.
Lyra
Excellent.
doesn't mind.
Thank you, good
It's like,
sir.
I'm being helpful.
And I walk up to Dr. Cassie and say, okay, which house?
Right, it's just this one here.
How can you tell them
On
apart?
the walk,
They have
I would have been
numbers on them.
talking to Luna.
Yep.
I was talking to Luna and be like, did you say Kathy Blush once you said Kai's name?
Definitely. She wants him.
Or has had him.
Yes.
Or both.
Justified.
Or both.
But
Or
maybe
when we get there.
you should keep your nose out of it, given you have been using my name to set me up on dates that I don't want. I don't see how you could make the situation a positive one.
I'm just here to ship the
Oh
love.
my god, you should start
Oh my
using
God.
Dr. Cassie as your name.
Ship the love privately without taking any action.
Next time, can you set me up on a date instead?
Set up Joe. There you go. He's willing.
By the way, Luna, don't forget you have a date tomorrow.
Yeah, see, you've already got one. It's time for someone else to get a go.
You can go. You can
Really?
go with Joe. Absolutely. You're gonna
Do I
have
have
great
to say
company.
I'm you, though?
No, I don't think so. I think
Oh,
just
okay.
show up and just like console him when I don't turn up.
Oh my god, wait,
And-
do I need a suit?
Probably.
Shit, I don't own a suit. Does anyone have a
We'll get
suit?
you one tomorrow. We'll get you
Oh
one.
my god, you will? I've got like that feeling, like, you know the
Why-
one when you've eaten something wrong and your stomach like starts to girdle, but I haven't eaten anything.
That happens. That's normal.
On an unrelated note, eat this butterfly, and I pull a butterfly out of my materials bag.
Okay?
Is it a live butterfly or is it a dead butterfly?
Yeah.
Kind of hairy. So why was I eating that?
Just to fulfill the prophecy.
Oh, right.
As you guys are doing this outside, you feel this pulse of energy. Can I get you guys to make a wisdom saving throw, please?
What if I don't want to?
Then
I say no?
consider it an automatic fail.
Sorry, what was it?
Okay.
Wisdom?
Wisdom.
Oh,
got
God,
it.
look at that one.
How did
Oh,
you roll
no.
lower than me?
Well, technically a 5, but I rolled in that one.
I got an 11.
That's my fault.
7.
17, and I'm holding the bag.
Yep, so can I get you who's holding the bag to do it with disadvantage for me, please?
Oh no, why did I?
FYI, guys, this is a wisdom save. It's slightly different to a wisdom check.
Yes. It's a
Oh,
wisdom
shit,
Shit, I've done
saving
that
throw.
wrong, I'm sorry.
That is
It was
17 and 17.
17.
I got the exact same roll, so it's all good.
I can't get lower.
Cool. So, what did you guys roll? Leonardo.
7.
I got 11.
11. Luna?
9.
9. Okay, everybody who got less than a 10. Your limbs start to feel really leaden, your body responds kind of sluggishly, and you now have disadvantage on dex checks and dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay.
Am I safe?
You're safe.
Does anyone else feel like they've just been hiking for 3 days straight?
Nope.
No, but I actually feel quite sober again, which is interesting.
Sorry, disadvantage on dex and
Saving throws and checks.
But just Dex, okay.
Just X.
Yeah, I don't feel good either, Dryru. I feel like I just lost one of our rock fights.
Yeah.
Oh.
You watch
How many
as
rocks do we have? Is that it? Do you think we
Well,
picked up too
was it-
many?
Was this a noticeable magical pulse? Like,
not a
Like, you could-
noticeable magical pulse, but everybody within the vicinity kind of felt something wash over them. It would be noticeable only if you were gauging how sickly people started to look for a second. And you see now that Dr. Cassie is also, like, the bags under her eyes have doubled in size. She looks really kind of pale and really struggling to move. Right?
You're right. Do you want me to carry you?
No, it's that place right there. We're gonna just now go knock on the door.
Holding the bag, would I have, like, I know I was unaffected, but would I have noticed something have happened?
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I think you would have noted that it like came out, radiated out from the bag, whatever the feeling was.
Dr. Cassie, the bag may be failing.
Right.
even though it is in interdimensional space.
Yeah, it's defying the laws of physics that exist within this fantasy world.
Ah, terrible time.
If it's defying the laws, do we call the police?
no.
Probably not the police.
I, using my quarterstaff, like, rap on the door.
You can hear some movement on the other side, and when you open the door, the most stunning high elf you have ever seen in your life stands there. Think Legolas, but like hotter. He's like filling
Okay, but are we
out
talking
this.
about, like elf hotter? Like, is his eye like really? Alright, sorry.
His jawline is sharp. His haircut is remarkably sensible and not luscious, like flowing down. He's like got. It's just a little bit too long to be like short back and sides, and it's just a little bit tousled, but in a way that actually makes it more attractive because there's now been like there's something going on there. You know that he's got luscious hair, but he's just trying to keep it contained. He's got this incredibly like sharp, gorgeous like nose and cheekbones highlighted by big round academic glasses. He's filling
He's
out.
also got a mullet and a mo, right? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It sounds like someone other than Dr. Cassie also has the hots for this character.
He's wearing a like linen shirt with a collar, and it's slightly rumpled. And in its rumpledness, you can see that it's like taut across his shoulders. For some reason, as an academic, he's like a bit jacked as well, and he's quite tall.
Oh, Cassie, I get it. Hello.
Hi. What can
Cassie.
I
You
do
look
for
like
you
the guy I
guys?
thought was my dad.
Cassie,
What does he sound like?
introduction. We're low on time.
Right. Kai. Hi. These are some people I've got to help me with that Mirkwood stone problem. Oh
You
yeah.
are her hired mercenary. What does he sound like?
Oh yeah.
Never mind, the guy I thought my dad was didn't sound like that.
Okay.
Yeah. This is
Helios, he's all yours.
Hold on, putting earplugs in.
Cassie.
All right. What do you need? Our container isn't quite working as well as we'd hoped. The one we talked about. I'm really hoping that you could do a little bit more to assist with that particular thing. Oh yeah. Hand me the container. I'll take a look.
Insight check, insight check, insight check.
Can I? I also wanted to think about doing a medicine check on Dr. Cassie, just like
Yeah, sure.
but it's more towards how like if the pulse kind of affected helped her.
Yeah, sure.
With your insight check, can you not just check his, reality of is he going to do the right thing? But also I need to know, is that his real voice or does he talk like that to stop people from hassling him? Because that, I need to know.
15 for the insight check.
You're not going to get that answer. That was a nat 20 answer only. That would be his deepest, darkest secret. How dare you?
I only got a 7, so I needed Pat's help there. Everyone roll insight now.
Well, I rolled a 22 on medicine.
Medicine?
Check
Cool.
on Dr. Cassie.
I got a nat 20 on the inside.
Proof!
Minus 1 for my skill, so it's a 19.
You're joking.
But it's a nat 20, and you said a nat 20.
Yeah, but now it's a 19, so it's fine.
But you said a nat 20, so it's a dirty 19, but a nat 20.
All right, we will come back to this. Cool. So, Pat, you from the interaction these two characters had, he is familiar with the situation enough that you think that perhaps he did help make the box to begin with, that he is across this. So he is trustworthy enough in that he's gone through the creation process of this box and does seem to be interested in the box part of this scenario.
Okay, but maybe he made the box to fail.
Maybe he did make the box to fail. Based on his confusion, he didn't make the box to fail, even if he's going to do something with the box later.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm getting okay vibes from him.
Yeah.
Alright.
Your medicine check on Dr. Cassie. Sorry. Your medicine check on Dr. Cassie. She looks like she has had the same kind of sluggish experience that everybody else has had, but she is way more subject to that because she's an NPC. No, because she has been under stress trying to make this situation happen anyway. She hasn't slept in days, and this just simply adds to the level of exhaustion she's operating under already. Dwairu, with your nat 20, you don't understand why he's using that weird voice. Alright, Helios.
I would do a nature check while the box and the egg is out.
Cool.
Hang on.
Just to see.
The box
If
and the
it
egg
exists
isn't
within.
out yet. I have something I want to do first.
Yeah.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if Dr. Cassie's current state of being is due to some kind of magic from the egg over a period of time?
Over a period of time, I will let Leonardo's medicine check from before stand, and if I assume would share, well, maybe not, the information.
Well, I was. Yeah, I mean, I was just seeing if I could help her in any way, healing. But
The way I was thinking about it is, obviously she's stressed and hasn't slept in many days. I'm wondering if maybe there is a thrall to the thing that is calling it to her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, make a nature check then.
To that one.
That
I
one.
don't think I'm finding out.
Can I continue doing my nature check when the egg comes out?
Sure. You suspect that she is in thrall with this egg. Why would she be this obsessed with it and this interested in it? She's done a lot for this egg. Maybe she is enthralled.
I think that in a I feel like Leonardo would have a quick discussion with Pipwick because they're kind of close friends. Slightly whispered so she doesn't necessarily hear it.
My question would be, when did this conversation... Yeah, unless this conversation happens during message, I don't know when in the series of events that conversation could happen, because this is all kind of happening outside of his house. Because you wanted to check whether or not his voice was weird. Lauren, when the egg comes out, you can make your check. So we are now waiting on Pipwick to pull out the egg.
Let's go into the house and do this in the house before we pull out the egg.
Right, actually that's probably a pretty good idea. We should go inside. And he hurriedly opens the door and kind of gestures you guys in. You walk into like a really narrow corridor with a set of abruptly sharp stairs to the left, and to the right is a very narrow corridor that opens into a small sitting room with another like kitchen just behind it, and you suspect probably another sunroom out the back of the bedrooms upstairs.
Wait, is that like really steep stairs you were saying?
Yeah, so you're coming in with really steep stairs on the left, a very small kind of corridor this way, and then an immediate turn right into like a living room that he's trying to gesture you into.
Leo, are you talking to me through message? As this is
No, I don't think so. Because
Okay.
the message, I have to say it anyway, out loud. So.
okay. No, that's fine. Alright, no worries. We get into the room and I like cautiously pull the container out, but like I'm giving Dr. Cassie like some really serious side eye and just being like at the ready to stop her from going after the egg if she like jumps at it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She looks haggard and is kind of like sitting but really leaning forward to see what's going on with the egg and the box. You hand the box to Kai, who grabs it. Oh, Cassie, you've done some terrible rune work here. This is not what the rune was that was supposed to be for this particular setup. And he like disappears and comes back with a piece of chalk and it starts like initially just like drawing out better like clearer, like more pointy shapes over across the runes that are on top of the box before like coming back and like starting to like scratch it into the surface. And even as he's making these adjustments to the runes, you can see as you can almost see the spell start to shift as the box itself starts to like harden, kind of like it's less transparent, and the casing seems to take over, and you watch as with that last little bit of material
that's
out,
so cool.
it spreads out as this like silvery mist over the top of it and like locks down in this box, making it opaque. Right,
That
that'll
was
probably
like
do
magic or something.
it. Yeah, it was magic.
Helios got 14.
Lyra, do you?
Oh yeah, cool.
Lyra,
So
you know that there's magic around here? It exists, correct? You know this, right?
Yeah, I saw you do magic, but I didn't know he could do magic.
Yes. It's a very exclusive club, you know.
Do you-
Just only
do you-
me and this other guy can do it.
Do you know what a wizard is?
Yeah, dude who does spells and shit.
Yeah, he's a wizard.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey, can I ask you a question?
sure.
No, the wizard dude.
yeah, what do you need?
I like caught fire earlier tonight, but the flames like didn't burn me, and then they went away. Would that like be magic?
Yes.
Does that mean that like
Really?
I can do magic? Because like I'd ripped my clothes off, right, and I was like brushing my ass up and down this like dinosaur skeleton when it happened. So does that mean that the dinosaur skeleton was magic, or like am I magic, or?
In
You're
the
only allowed to ask wizards one question.
nicest
Oh, sorry.
possible way, I think magic happened to you, and you should just sit down.
Oh, I can take a seat? Awesome. Which one can I take?
Sit down. Just sit down.
Just
Don't take anything. Just
sit on the
sit
floor.
down.
Oh, okay. I sit.
Sorry,
Cool.
Kai. I've always been so fascinated
Hang on,
by.
hang on.
Yeah, can we let
Roz
Lauren...
has been patiently waiting
Sorry.
for the roll.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
rolled a
right.
14 on your nature check. What did you want to know?
I want to know if it's affecting anyone in the room, and if so, who it's affecting. I want to know, like, kind of what it's seeking. Like, is it seeking to hatch, or is it seeking to affect us?
Cool. So, you kind of you watch the relief on a number of people once this like spell locks into place, as the effects on you, the effects on Luna, and the effects on Dr. Cassie are lifted. I think that was everybody who had spell effects.
Dwairu also
Me
had
too.
a-
Dwairu as well. As whatever this strain was that was making you just bump into things and not be quite as like dexterous with your stuff is lifted. This creature doesn't have any intent but to be at this point. It is not yet born. It is just doing its thing as it's starting to like come into the world and come into the power that surrounds it, in the same way that a child might kick in utero.
So it's not going to a particular direction, like it's not seeking.
No, there's no.
It's instinctual magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're all good, Vanessa.
I was just going to ask, what's his face? Can the box hold it permanently?
I don't think it's going to be permanent. I think we need to work on it. I don't think it's going to hold forever, particularly if it's doing, I'm going to suggest, like, in utero waves of information and chucking stuff out and seeing what sticks. So I suggest we go for something a little bit more impactful, but we have evidence and we have seen it. So with that, and he like points to Dr. Cassie, you might be back on track for that academic scholarship, huh? And she like starts to like, oh yeah, like I have the thing now. I can go back to the university and be like, hey, it's real. This is a thing.
Then won't they know that you were involved in the theft?
No. We have to put this back.
Put it back where?
Cassie said they dug it up. We have to put it back so it doesn't hatch. It's an eldritch horror.
Look, I have faith in the current academic scheme that we could do something that holds it just as well as a society 1,000 years ago.
How about we don't test it?
Well, and what if we damage the build site? So, like, we'd have to reconstruct it there, or we can reconstruct it here and study what's going on.
But the university didn't believe Cassie last time. Just because we've seen a little bit of evidence after stealing it doesn't mean they're going to believe us.
Also, you have an opaque box.
I
Without
currently
opening it.
have an opaque box, but we can open it and we can look at it, and I have now got several witnesses. And he like gestures
who are
to
they?
you guys.
No.
We can't be witnesses.
Can I just say, have you ever heard of Schrodinger's cat?
No.
Because currently you have Schrodinger's Eldritch Horror.
Yes, Eldritch Horror that we need to study. I'm not getting anybody else to get their magic from yet another deal with an Eldritch being.
I understand that, but you want to show this to a university. It exists in a super state. It both exists and doesn't exist until you open the box again, and you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and then we can close the box again.
What if you can't close the box? What if this was a one-time deal and every time it opens it gains energy until the point that the box can't be closed anymore? And also, we are currently in a populated area that this thing should not exist. If you want to study it, take it into the fucking middle of nowhere where there's no one. And if you fuck it up and it doesn't close again and you die, tough titties.
That would be
Your choice.
an
Let's not
excellent
continue.
setting of just, like going to an abandoned village that I don't know that an eldritch horror had just like lain waste to. Anyway.
Right. Will that make you feel better if we commit to that? And Cassie jumps in here too, being like, right, I'd just like to make it clear that we actually managed to excavate it from right next to a thriving city that has been in use to some extent for the last like 2,000 years, and they still buried it there. So it's been around people the whole time. So
Yes, but it wasn't open. You want to open it.
I want to
Around
study it.
people.
Not necessarily. We have, the university is full of magical protections. It's like the whole deal that it does. Right? And I have an
think it's
opportunity
something.
here.
You.
They don't, yeah, but I have it now. I have the ability. We've seen it do things. It was kind of going opaque. You can see a creature in it. I've got other academics who are prepared to back me up here. Yeah, now that I've seen it, I can actually make an assessment about that. It was all theoretical before this.
You can't guarantee that they're not going to just arrest both of you, put it back on display, and then, like, people are going to get really hurt. It doesn't matter if you're an academic and you can vouch for her. It's been literally just stolen. How can you expect that they're going to just forget about that?
Look,
Also, guys, keep in mind, we were just at an auction where the university was planning to auction this off to the highest bidder for money.
I'd like to make
cannot tell
clear
me that
it
we're
wasn't
not
the
going to do that.
university, it was the museum. They are different organizations. It's just that the museum had funded this particular research grant. That's why they got the things, and now I have the thing, and I could go to the university who does not have the grant and does different organizations. It's different, and I have to put my faith in the organization. I just have lost my museum grant.
Wairu leans over to Luna at this point and goes, "Are you following any of this?"
Yes, be quiet. Is there anyone else who is good and could handle this situation outside of the museum and you two?
You're not talking
Hey.
about the university that they are both describing?
No, but like an individual, not a group that are going to want to arrest us. I'm talking about an individual who will support.
well, given
Our
you guys
mission.
aren't being involved and aren't offering any statements of fact, I don't think it's a matter for you guys to discuss. If you're not going to be involved with the next step, the academic process, and you're not going to write down, I saw this and here's my name and here's contact me and all that kind of thing, you guys can just leave and it has nothing to do with you.
I am totally fine.
It's a world-ending Eldritch horror. It has to do with everyone.
Have you been to a
We stole it.
museum? Have you been to a magic university before? It's full of world-ending horrors. We collect them.
I want to like grab out my dagger and literally jump on this guy and just like hold it to his throat.
Okay,
I want to do an inside check while she's holding a dagger to his throat.
cool. You can make your insight check with advantage.
You know that you guys are threatening the DM here. Okay.
You guys are threatening the DM here. Excellent. Cool.
Wairu draws his battle loop but is confused as to what is happening.
I want an inside check of what his actual motive is to the end result of it. Like, is it genuine for educational purposes or is it for personal gain?
Yeah, cool. Make your roll.
13.
13. He seems to be very up on the academic process. He has unshakable faith in the university in this moment.
Okay. Can you give us a unbiased party confirmation that they will ensure this does not get opened more than it strictly is necessary? Knowledge for knowledge's sake does not beget a world-ending horror.
Look, I don't think anybody can truly be unbiased. Unlike this particular instance, I am more inclined to tell you anything because there is a knife at my throat. But your young friend here, I assume sister, might reconsider the fact that she is touching a wizard at any moment now.
You might want to reconsider that you are talking about risking thousands and thousands of people's lives. And we've come to get your help literally to avoid that. And you're just talking about throwing that away or getting us arrested.
Leonardo
And
would
you
like
want
to
to
be
be
out
the
of a
smart
20-foot
one.
radius, please.
Like, it doesn't matter if we want to provide witness statements or not, because we can't. We just stole this. We are acting outside the law, and so are you. This
For
is
the
not
greater
something
good, though.
that we can just take back to the academic process with no problem. You need to take responsibility and be realistic. This is not something we can give and hand off to someone else. You need to handle this.
Girl, you tell
Um,
him.
Whilst you're in the midst of this speech, he disappears.
With
Right.
the box?
No, box is still on the table. He's just
We grab the
gone.
box. I grab the box straight away. We're getting out of here right now.
Shove it in the bag of holding.
Yeah. Goes in the bag of holding and let's hotfoot it right now.
Dr. Cassie turns to you guys and goes, What are you doing? You just threatened an incredibly powerful wizard, and you were about to race out of his house with stuff that we want when we wanted his help. What are you doing?
I feel like it needs to clarify. Luna threatened a wizard.
I'm just grabbing the group. I'm saying, let's get out of here right now. Go.
This is what I wanted. This
I'm
is
not
where it
talking
needs
to
to
you.
go.
I'm talking to everyone else. Let's go.
I
And I'm
can't
leaving.
let you leave with this box. This is an eldritch horror. These are the people that are equipped to deal with it. I can't let you
You are
leave
not going
either.
to deal with it. That's the problem. You are just going to let people die.
I am not going to let people die. I'm going to study it to figure out what it does so that we can undo it or deal with it.
Hey, Luna, let's take it to Dad.
Yeah, that's 100% what we need to do. Let's get the fuck out of here right now. Right now.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I cannot let you leave with this, no matter if you're her friend or not. I can't let you
Bye,
leave with
Drew.
that either.
Sit on her.
Okay.
We're leaving right now. It's done. Like, I'm walking out the door.
I
Cool.
turn around to Helios. I go, are we actually doing this?
This is not a smart move.
Are we
cool.
actually doing this?
And I want to prepare an action. If Cassie looks like she's going to do anything against the group, like, I've got my dagger out still and I am ready to throw it at her if I need to. But I want to leave without violence if we can.
Cool. So a bright streak of fire rips from her finger as it's pointing towards you. I am going to need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Even though I'm 20.
You didn't really get 25
19.
feet, 125 feet away.
Sorry. Yeah, 19.
13.
13.
11.
11. Cool.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
18.
18. Cool. So everybody who got above a 14, you are going to take half damage. But I need to roll 8d6s.
Yep.
It was, yeah, without metagaming, Matt and I just like, oh, we're actually doing this.
Isabel was like, oh, are you really threatening a wizard? And I was like,
I'm
oh,
telling you
she's...
now,
Holy
Pipwick is probably legitimately dead.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So that is 23 points of damage.
But
We're all
half.
dead.
Halved, it will be 11.
I'm dead.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
dead.
guys. I made a bad choice.
So what's the epilogue of this story?
Hey, Dwyru's still alive.
Yeah.
Is
so-
everyone else dead?
Oh, technically prone.
Technically, everybody is prone. Cool.
No, I'm legitimately dead.
You took more than double your health.
I took the full damage, and my health points are 9. I was incinerated.
Okay. Well.
Can we save scum? Maybe we go back to the bar point. I think we had a save there, guys.
Not right exactly outside of the house. I feel like that would have been a better place to do a save point.
I feel like we need that time to have that discussion about we should give the egg to these people that know what they're doing.
Cool.
I was trying to play cautious. Okay, so did anyone other than me take the full brunt of the damage?
Yes.
Who?
Hey.
Are
What are
you
your hit
also
points?
dead?
How does that work?
So if you go to 0 hit points and then go through your full hit point expenditure again, you are dead.
I have 1 left over.
So you are prone. I'm incinerated. And I assume everyone else is still
Wait,
prone.
Cool.
Yeah.
you were holding the bag of holding. Did
No,
that get
I-
incinerated?
I think I was holding it.
I
Yeah,
thought
okay.
the bag came out of. You handed the egg out of the bag. Pat did. The Pipwick did.
Yeah, but I think the way that it played out was Luna grabbed the bag from me and put the container back in it and stormed off.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Could have solved our problem. We could have won and lost at the same time.
So, yeah, there is just like a singed wig beard on the floor where Pipwick used to be.
Cool. What is actually going to happen is that between you, Pipwick, and Leonardo, a shield spell is going to appear as Kai reappears next to you guys and puts a shield over the two of you. So,
I mean, I'm happy to die. Like, you don't have to save the character.
no, it would be more inclined with what he wanted to do. Dr. Cassie hasn't slept in like a week. This guy is making better choices. So he is going, and you guys seem the most hesitant to do anything. So he is going to try and stand between you guys and the fireball.
Sorry. Who's Pipwick and...
You, Leonardo.
Sweet.
So you guys are actually not going to take any damage.
What about Loz?
Yep.
I'm unconscious.
You're unconscious on the floor.
Okay,
She
she's not fully
went
dead.
she went to you to assist. You guys are part of the problem. These two are at least swayable.
I turn around to Leo and I go, stabilize people for the love of God. And then
Aye, Captain.
turn around to Kai and say, look, I am well within the realm of knowledge that I can't stop you. And for that matter, can't stop her. But I just need a promise that everything you do will be with the utmost care and control.
Of course it's gonna be. That's
I-
literally why we want to keep it in the university and study it. It's like we don't want to fuck around with this shit. Whereas you guys are prepared to race into the desert. What is this, your first adventure? And try and handle an eldritch horror? What's wrong with you?
I didn't really follow any of the conversation except where I was told to sit on someone.
Do not sit on anyone.
And
I
then
hope that
you were
both of
overcome
you are
with
fine.
searing hot pain.
Yeah, I would be, I've got the battle medic feat.
Yep.
So as a utilized action, you can spend one use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature within 5 feet, blah blah blah. The creature can spend one of its hit point dice, and then you roll that die. That creature gains a number of hit point equal to the roll plus 2.
Cool. So using your feet, you're going to get Helios to roll a hit point die that she has. She has a hit dice.
Do I need a healer's kit for this?
Yes.
How do you not have a healer's kit?
That's a good question.
We will make the assumption
Can
that
I
you have a healer.
stabilize
Yeah.
just with a medicine check?
You potentially could, but I would also assume that you would have a healer's kit. If this is something that you are prepared to do, you would have been physically prepared to do it. So in this
Yeah.
moment, you will use up your healer's kit to do this.
Alright, sweet.
So Lauren, can I get you to roll one of your hit dice, please?
Whoa.
Yes, I rolled an 11.
Cool. So you are going to get 11 plus 2. That is how many hit points you are back.
Yeah.
Wait, your
um,
what's your
What are your hit dice?
No, your hit dice should be a smaller dice than a d20.
Yeah, I rolled a 12.
For
A d12. She
oh,
rolled a d12.
Wow.
Yeah, just
No.
like that.
Oh, yeah, I rolled a d12.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Oh,
just...
because you're a druid. No, yeah? Are you a druid? Can't remember.
Yeah, she's tanky.
Hell yeah. Damn. Alright.
Cool. And Dr. Cassie goes around and starts stabilizing Luna and comes over to you, Dwairu, and goes, "Look, I'm sorry I haven't slept a lot. Here's a bit of ointment you can put on that burn."
Oh,
And
thank you.
offers you like a soothing lotion to put on your burn, which she's pulled out of the bag of holding.
I
Yeah.
believe that these people are the most knowledgeable on the source, on this topic. I think that they will save as much effort as Dr. Cassie has clearly put into this. She will keep that same energy towards keeping it in from the bad hands of anyone at the university.
I will sleep more before making any more decisions about what to do. I
That
have
will
been.
be very.
Fireball. Hey, Mom.
And thank you. I'm gonna. Can I? I would assume that Kai is now next to us, or like,
Yeah, around, yeah.
I want to touch him.
Okay. What?
Is his muscles real?
His muscles are real. In fact, he's like more jacked. The shirt is hiding just how like sculpted the body underneath is.
Can I? Okay. So no, all right. My thought before it all blew up in our face, was that could I like determine what type of wizard he is from, like what school of magic?
Yes, you can.
Well, just from the general vibe and seeing around his
School of
apartment
Pumping
all over the
Iron.
place.
Yeah, he's in the school. He's from the School of Pumping Iron. No. I guess make an insight roll.
Mainly because I want to.
Arcana
Leonardo's a little bit. I mean,
Gay or
I
European.
think Leonardo's almost jealousy of this man immediately. I'm thinking that with that voice, he's actually like
He's faking the body.
magically enhanced himself in terms of like his appearance. So I'm like.
Okay.
You think he's doping?
You
Yeah, I
you
think
want
he's
to
doping.
check
I
if
think
he's
magically
natty
doping.
or
I want to
not?
test his penis. His piss.
Gay or European, I guess.
What did you want me to roll?
I wanted you to roll insight, but you could also roll Arcana based on the current question.
Let's go with insight. But it's not great. It's an 11.
It's an 11. Cool. So you're not super across all the different schools of magic. But you are somewhat familiar with at least the basic ones. And he's not conjuring anything here. None of this is conjured. This isn't fake. But based on just how like sculpted he is, he's very vain. You think maybe he put in the real hours for this body because of that voice.
Okay, so compensating. Cool. Good to know.
Okay.
But like, I think that as that kind of like that moment kind of comes over Leonardo, he's like taps him on the shoulder, gives me like a, okay, fine, I'll move on. Have a
I
look.
turn to Kai and the doctor and say, so where do we go from here?
Right.
I think that while Luna was still down, we might have taken the bag away from her.
Right.
Luna didn't go down.
Yes, I did.
Oh, which did.
Yeah.
I think that everyone was going down with a 23.
I was good.
All right.
How many hit points do you have?
Did you
I
make
have.
the save?
I had 2 after taking the half points.
Oh well.
Total of 13.
Right. I'm gonna suggest that we all just calm down. Cass, you need to take a nap. That was just the most extreme outcome. There are so many subtler things you could do, and you went with the hammer option. Just chill out.
Oh, we saw some dwarves who were doing hammer option earlier. They were using it to make music.
Oh yeah, they're fucking annoying. They're in every bar like every other night. They need to get out of this town.
It's a great idea. They should go on tour.
Yeah, they keep calling it rock music, and they think it's a funny pun. Anyway.
Oh dear.
Mountain dwarves. I don't know what you can do with them. But yes, right. Reassessment. Cass, to sit down.
Should I sit back down too?
Yes.
You should all sit down. All of you take a rest. You know what? Let's get a cup of tea into most of you, and we'll see how we go. Hey, cup of tea? Cup of tea? Anyone want a cup of tea?
Oh, do you have a burrito?
I can get you a snack.
I pull out my pipe and just light and just sigh.
Yeah.
We'll gently just start playing the battle lute.
Right. So he brings out.
Standing.
Okay. Brings out a series of
Oh,
cups of
sitting
tea.
and doing that, sorry.
Series of cups of tea.
I've not sat down, and I'm just standing with my fists clenched, staring at Cassie, and I'm just obviously fuming.
Hey, dude.
Right. So, what it would have your plan been with a lot of you to do with an eldritch horror in a container that you think may be degrading? What do you think? What's your plan here?
Not to go to the authorities and get caught in the very immediate future. I don't know if you know this, but Cassie does. I come from a criminal family who constantly runs criminal enterprises, and my father would have some connections that would help us make sure that this was gone into safe hands, but
Was
just
it-
handing it over.
Was it canon that Luna was aware of the criminal enterprises?
I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was only Helios that knew, but okay.
No, I knew, but I just wasn't that involved and not that
We're interested
interested.
in stones.
And it's just more like, I'm just furious that
Perhaps.
they were just so, like, flippant
think-
about studying it and taking it back to the university as if nothing will happen and they can just do whatever they want, when we've just gone and stolen it, and then they expect us to own that publicly, basically.
Wasn't
As
it?
much as I admire your father, and do not get me wrong, I do not mean to offend him. He is very much a criminal boss. He will sell it to the highest bidder for any purpose. I love the power that an eldritch horror would give your father, but I think that it might not be the best option to give it to him.
No offense, Leonardo, but he wouldn't if it endangered our mother.
Or
Of course
us.
not.
And frankly, he would listen to us, and I'm sure he would have found a way to have a good deal with Cassie, and I've forgotten this guy's name already.
Kai.
Kai, thank you. Cassie and Kai, to make sure that none of this comes back on us and it's dealt with safely.
There's like a small gnome just like jumping up. Hey, hey, hey,
Oh, do you want me to pick you up again?
hey. Yes, please.
I
I
raise
sit
you up above
on
everyone else.
Lyra's shoulders, and somehow I'm still taller than everyone at that point, even though he's seated. So, sorry, out of character. Wasn't the stone stolen from the university in the first place?
Okay, so
We stole it.
the history of the stone is that there was a dig put on. Dr. Cassie was supervising the dig. The dig was funded by the museum, and she works at the university. She brought back this stuff, but because the museum was the one that was funding it, they had all of the items. She tried to steal the stone earlier to prove that it was an eldritch horror, and got fired and removed from that because they wanted to sell the stone and have the stone and not have her be a part of it at all. So she's lost all of her connections at the museum for that.
Okay, alright, so then in character, I'll say, look, Kai has proven that he is a man of humility. And what I would say is, why don't we make a middle ground, right? Our concern, and I'm saying this to Kai and to Dr. Cassie, is the willingness to keep exposing the world to this for the sake of study. What I would suggest is we give the container to you with the creature for what you wish to do with it in terms of study and keeping it contained, because that's obviously beyond us. And to be frank, we couldn't stop you from taking the container if we wanted to. I'm aware of that. I'm not sure if everyone else has processed that in my group. But maybe as the twins have pointed out, they have a very powerful family that may or may not be keeping an eye on you from here on out.
Fair enough.
How do we feel about that?
And you said they can't take it from us.
No, they can take it from us. They can take it from us.
So you said they can take it. Don't they need to pay us?
I mean, that would be nice.
That would be
but we
stealing if they
also-
took it before they paid for it.
Yes, but we also did try to, like, just go away with it and, you know, everyone nearly died.
Also, we didn't really do this for money. We did it to save people.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were doing this for money.
Yeah,
I-
we definitely did this to save people.
Oh, my bad, guys.
Look, Kai, Dr. Kasmi says you're a person who specializes in magic to do with time.
Yeah.
So in the interest of that, can we rewind our minds back to when we first arrived, before people threatened and threw fireballs?
Sure, we can emotionally rewind and see how we go.
Not actually, like metaphorically.
Nice level to time stop.
What is it? Cast memory wipe? The last like half an hour is gone.
Wairu was unaffected, it was already.
Sorry, the dog is tumbling away.
It's alright.
Did we just lose the last half hour?
Did we actually?
No.
Okay, good.
I would
but yes,
have made
from-
you roll for that.
From a negotiation standpoint, we threatened, you threatened, let's just rewind our minds back. We will pass on the container, but for the mind's sake of everyone who wants to trust that the greater good prevails, there may be eyes watching what you do from here on out.
Wouldn't expect anything less.
Can we still get paid?
This is when Dr. Cassie kind of pipes up and goes, "Yeah, you can keep the bag of holding, I guess."
Alright, free bag!
Wouldn't want you
I
guys
say,
getting a
to be
little bit
honest,
too
I forgot that
excited.
it wasn't mine to begin with.
So she doesn't know that we were rifling through her stuff.
Nope. And she will never know at this point the number of items you pulled out of her bag, the amount of money that you stole from her earlier, or any of the other things that you have done with her bag.
Probably for the best. Okay, we will accept that.
I kind of gesture for everyone to leave.
I'm actually just waiting for Dryru to be like, why did you have a stripper's outfit in the bag?
Well, no, I was gonna say, as we're leaving, I kind of turned to Dr. Cassie. I'm like, tearaway pan? What's that about?
I was
like,
trying
oh,
something new. I don't need that judgment from you. As
Not
you can
judgmental,
see,
it's genuine curiosity.
as you can see, I don't necessarily make the best choices when I'm low on sleep. It's
I'm gonna
been,
lean in and say, were they yours or Clive's?
and she like blushes again. It's like, he wouldn't do that.
Did you ask?
No, why would
This
I?
cute little gnome.
Would I
doing the
ask
geek-
that? Why would I ask that kind of thing? No.
I turn around to Kai. Kai, what's your opinion on the easily removed clothing?
Like tearaway pants.
For example, asking for a friend.
Well,
Because they feel like a magical item.
I can just burn away clothing. It's not an issue.
And I like whispered, are you into that? Is that a thing?
She is hands over face, buried so deep, not dealing with this. This is so many different spectrums of emotions for this evening, where she's like, been overwhelmed, been attacked by an eldritch horror, had a bunch of people threaten her in her friend's house, accidentally murdered some people, but that got fixed, and it's fine now, and now they're grilling the people she thought she was going to murder, are now grilling her about the guy whose house she's in. She's having
No,
a time.
that sounds like a game of D&D.
This all happened in the space of half an hour.
I asked Kai if he could show us outside.
I think that
Certainly, you guys can come outside.
And he like ushers you guys towards the door.
I think Leonardo definitely had already walked outside before that conversation started. He's like, why are you guys? What the hell? Why are you guys still inside? What's going on?
All right. Well, I would say it's been a good evening, but at least it was successful.
Are we
Pleasure
out
doing
of
business
earshot
with you.
of Cassie now?
Yes.
Because I want to talk to him privately yet. I ask him, is there anyone you really care about in this world?
Look, youngster, don't start threatening me again.
I'm not threatening you. I'm genuinely
Really?
asking.
It really feels like you're going for take two on the apply emotional pressure, and it's really
I'm
just.
sorry. Please hear me out. I'm genuinely asking because I have
Oh my god,
Emily.
you're trying to
You
set me
see,
up on a date with
obviously
him?
I have my sister here. Shut up, driver. I'm in the middle of an emotional conversation. You obviously see I have my sister here. I'm really lucky to have a wonderful family, albeit obviously complicated one. And I just want to ask you if you have anyone special in your life, not to threaten them, but to help explain my reaction.
I understand that you are trying to do what you think is best, but it doesn't always work out for all of us. And we're not always equipped with the same skills.
I get that, and that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, if anything happened to my family, I would never forgive myself. And I hope that there's someone special in your life that you feel the same way about, that you would take the same care for. Because
Maybe
I
like
think that
a cat.
there is someone, shush, I think that there is someone in your life that feels that way about you. And I hope that you take the same care with them.
Right.
I have a question to ask Morg. With a 16 dice check on insight, would Pipwick be able to tell if when you were talking about family, you were including him in that circle?
Oh, well, I like you better than Leonardo. I think you would know that I wouldn't want anything to happen to you, but I maybe wouldn't consider you family yet.
That's okay. It's only been a few days.
It's only been a day.
An afternoon.
An afternoon.
Well, we've been in the troop for a bit,
Yeah.
We have.
and I've given her lots of shiny rocks.
You did.
know,
That's
like-
why I said I don't want anything to
Yeah.
happen to you. You've been very kind to me.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
That's all I wanted to say.
okay. But just
go.
so you're aware, I'm not going to tell the mob boss's daughter about anyone I care about after this particular situation.
I was trying to be subtle and hint to you that Cassie cares about you, you
What?
dimwit.
No.
I was trying
That's so weird.
to be-
No,
At that point, I'm going to shove my head in and say, you should show her the Burnaway first.
What?
She
What-
definitely
What's
wants that.
wrong with
And
you
that's
guys? Just
She
get-
definitely wants that. Okay?
Okay.
Like, it's so obvious that she likes you, and I'm really angry at her right now, but she's still a family friend, and I
Now
want
who's
you
shipping who?
Okay, yes. So I broke my own rule and I meddled, and now it's done. And I was trying to be subtle, and it didn't work. So I'm being blunt, and that's fine. It is what it is.
She definitely needs to get laid.
Right. This has been an interesting conclusion to this evening. Not where I thought this was going at all. But I guess I will see you guys in the future. As he's like awkwardly trying to close the door.
You know that you're going to see us in the future because you're a
Oh,
wizard?
shush, driver. Here, look at this rock. And we walk away.
Get it, boy.
10 out of 10.
I say to Luna, that was a really touching monologue.
Thanks. I was trying to make
Because
up for
is it
ruining
because
That's
everything
not
earlier.
facetious. That is a genuine thing that Pipwick is saying to you. It's heartfelt.
Is that because he thinks that he's included in her family?
Partly. Like,
Yeah.
Cool. So you guys make your way back towards the circus this evening. The events around the museum seem to have died down somewhat, and the circus itself is in full swing. There are performers at every corner, subtle security guards that Dwairu would be familiar with, who stand there doing showpieces that really they're there to try and move the crowd about or disperse to larger groups. And as you make your way, you see people that are undertaking like ring toss and other games and other fun
so
setups.
when you said museum, did you mean circus?
Sorry, yes, you make your way past the museum to the circus.
Okay, sorry. I was like, why are there performers at the museum? Sorry, okay.
They
I'm
heard
on
we
track.
were there, they just wanted to join in.
Yeah. Cool. You know that as it gets closer to midnight, your mum will be performing the crescendo of her act for that time period. But it's not quite there yet, so what would you guys like to do?
I think that I would want to, as we're swinging past the museum, I want to gauge if there's an investigation going on, something like that. Any, like...
Cool. Make a perception check or an investigation check, your choice.
I would think I would... Investigation's better, but I feel like it's riskier. Didn't get it in my dice box. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
But it's a 5.
All of the lights are off. You can't see anyone. You can't hear anyone. But you just met a time wizard. So maybe they've paused time in there to get all of the DNA evidence.
Perhaps we should hurry it along and maybe move the circus tonight. Anyone
Relax.
else?
It's fine.
Ain't gonna
We're gonna talk to my father, get him in the loop. He'll cover us as alibis that we were here all night at the circus. Everything's fine.
Maybe we should come up with a story first.
We don't need to give him the details. We just need to cover
the details. We used his name at the apothecary.
the apothecary
if-
doesn't
if-
matter. Who
yeah,
cares about the
apothecary does-
apothecary? What did you say, Leonardo?
I mean, the apothecary doesn't necessarily have ties to the museum. Hoobla.
All we need is for Mum and Dad to check in on Cassie and just have a bit of an eye on things. It'll be fine.
Okay.
We shouldn't miss it. I think your mother is about to perform.
Yeah, I want to go and watch.
We're back at the circus. Does that mean that I have to go back to security, or do I get to keep hanging out with you guys?
Come with us. You're ours now.
Yeah.
Yes! No late shift.
Cool. So,
I'm sure there will be work for you in the future.
you guys make your way to the big top to see your mother perform. Yeah?
Yes.
You make your way around the side entrance because you're not going to go in the main entrance. They're checking tickets and you don't have tickets. You go here. So you sneak in at the back and make your way towards some seats that are kind of empty towards the rear and watch the conclusion of this epic combination of acrobatics and conjuration magic as your mum moves through these spinning, twirling motions through rings of fire and huge cascading water that the people around her are like shaping into different patterns to kind of produce rings and loops and things that she like dodges and flips through and gracefully like sways across the top of the big top. Kind of singing at the same time to put on this huge operatic performance as all these other people start moving about her. The intention being, and you know the tricks of this show, that the water starts to move, somebody's out there conjuring water, but as the kind of performance starts to move and shift, the water changes and shifts and people start appearing. They become the water, and these dancers kind of move through the space, and they're back up singing and twirling and flipping and moving through, and you realize that the water and the acrobats are all one in this big crescendo moment at the end of the story. Your mum hits the perfect note right at that midnight, and there's this huge flip off the top to be caught by the waves as she's like sacrificed herself to the ocean in this huge moment. Raucous applause. The mom is several people deep across as everybody here is appreciating just the amount of effort and the showmanship that is in front of them.
I'm applauding riotously.
Your mother is very talented.
You didn't know that before now?
No, I did. I just didn't know you.
Cool. And with the conclusion of that performance, is there anything you guys would like to do before we wrap it up for this evening?
I am so keen for a long rest.
Has Dawn broken yet?
No, it is just the end of the show. The big top is like breaking out. People are heading off to wherever they're going.
I go back to my cabin and like find a jar, and then from my bag I pull out a jug from earlier and empty all of the mayonnaise into the jar and kind of set it aside until dawn.
Okay.
I want to go and find my mum.
Cool. Your mum specifically?
Yeah.
Why
Cool.
mum and not dad?
I feel like I would have a better relationship with her, and you would have a better relationship with him, and we'll do better if we tag team them individually.
Yeah, okay.
That doesn't mean that Helios is not still terrified, but like, you know, you have a better relationship.
She
Cool.
would be so used to doing this, though. She's the cunning one. She would know. She would have him wrapped around her little finger.
Cool. So you make your way backstage to where your mum is kind of de-costuming, getting rid of this giant wig that she happened to be wearing at the time. She goes, "My darling, my daughter, what on earth are you doing back here this evening?"
I just had a crazy day, and I wanted to talk to you, and I give her a cuddle.
She like pecks you on the top of the head as she kind of like turns you to sit next to her as she's like taking all of these pins and stuff out. "Ah, crazy day. Tell me all about it, darling."
Is there anyone around us?
There's other people getting changed in costumes. Yes, you're surrounded by people that are doing after the show kind of stuff. Prepped,
Okay, I
packed,
would
they're
say-
getting ready to go, but they still have to get out of all of their kit first.
I would stand up and kind of like help unpin her hair
Yeah.
and kind of lean in and talk to her very quietly, like right next to her ear. Everyone else would be focused hopefully on their own stuff.
Yep.
And I would just give her a very short version of what happened. Basically that like Cassie reached out with an urgent problem and we jumped in and wanted to help. And basically we solved the problem, but we want to make sure that things are handled in the right way because and I just say that like it was a very dangerous thing and explain that Eldritch Horror and that we just want to know that no one gets hurt with the steps that they take next.
Yeah. Is there anything that you are leaving out?
Yeah, I would leave out a lot. I would just, like, very high level, just the key points. Cassie had the problem. We went and we fixed it. Eldritch Horror, it needs,
Can,
a bit of oversight. Literally,
say,
top level.
like, I
What did you
imagine. Can I say I imagine Luna describing the events exactly like you just did, where it was like, did this thing and it, it was really dangerous and there was this Eldritch Horror and like, yeah, but we took care of it and yeah.
You took
Exactly.
I feel like in the
Also-
description. I feel like in the
would
description would also
mention-
be the rocks that you found in
Mm-hmm.
great detail.
I was just about to say, I would definitely mention like the rock fight, some of the rocks. Like it would be a messy, very non-linear story.
Right,
Classic.
darling, an eldritch horror.
Yes, for real.
You
And I kind of
took
made a
on
really
an
bad
eldritch.
decision and nearly died, but it's okay.
You nearly died taking on an eldritch horror, darling. Have you seen somebody?
Oh, no, I didn't take on the Eldritch Horror. I kind of got a bit angry at the wizard who was like helping us, and I threatened him, which was a really bad choice in hindsight, but obviously hindsight's 2020. But yes,
She,
we came
like,
to an agreement.
Pats your
everything's
hand.
fine.
She like pats your hand. So wizards are one of those interesting things where you must consider that while they are squishy up close, they are more dangerous when they're far away. So
And
you
that's
hit them
why-
early and hit them hard.
That's why I wanted to talk to you, because now we're far away and Cassie's your friend, and if they mess up with the Eldritch Horror, like that could mean a lot of people get hurt, and I don't want that to happen. And so I was hoping that you could like talk to her or like just check in and kind of make sure that they're not going to do something silly, because I think that they might, because they seem to think they can just like take it back to the university. And it's like, we just stole it, you know? They're going to get arrested. And then those silly university people are just going to let it loose again.
I would ask, darling, have you considered why we visit this particular city? One that is renowned for its museums and its university.
No, I never really thought about it, to be honest.
Well, the museum and the university in particular has no issue taking on a couple of more eccentric items that have come to us from less than reputable means.
That makes sense.
I suspect, specifically the university, has quite a way of containing things we've never heard of before. I will, of course, be going to see Cassie and getting her to reconsider how she tries to get in contact with me, so that this kind of situation might never occur again. But I would likely put my faith more in the university keeping this secret than anything else.
Well, thank you. And that makes sense, but also they were going to sell it, and they weren't listening to Cassie that it's an Eldritch Horror, and they just
Oh.
thought it was like a cool rock. So I feel like, you know, yes,
That
They
we
have
can
the
do
smart
something
people.
about. That I can definitely do something about. That's probably why we need to talk. That I would get your father involved with. He has some leverage at the museum, I'm going to call, and he can persuade them to reconsider their classification of this item.
excellent. Well, I think Hallie is already going to talk to him, so that's perfect. But if you want to do
Right.
that, that's all good. And thank you so much. That sounds perfect.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I'll finish up here. Why don't you go and get some rest if you nearly died today?
That's a great idea. I feel awful. I love you so much, though. Good night.
Bye.
I don't feel
Darling.
like the next conversation is going to be the polar opposite of that.
Yes.
Good.
Should we be going to see Helios then?
Yep, good,
Yeah.
good.
Cool. So you're going to try and find your father? Or are you going to push this off until tomorrow?
No, I'm just gonna get it over and done with. I know not to put these things off.
Cool. So you make your way out of the big top and more towards the back of the general setup. You see what is effectively like the administration tent. It's the tent in which your dad is there doing paperwork and other things. There's a weird buzz as you touch the curtain to like let yourself in. It's normal for you. It's the tingle of your dad's Tingle of your dad's tent is you know that there is some kind of magic cast upon it.
Cool.
Sweetness, joy, light of my life, why are you entering my space this evening?
Why are you entering my space this evening? What is the meaning of this?
What?
Sorry.
And what exactly, my darling, have you been up to this evening? Who have you swindled?
Okay, so here are the facts.
Oh, I
We got
am
comms from
listening.
Cassie.
Interesting.
We got
Cassie
comms from
being
Cassie.
who?
Cassie, mum's friend Cassie. Cassie who works at the
Yes,
university.
yes, of course, Cassie, who works at the university.
Own entity. She needed help. You guys were busy setting up circus. Didn't want her to interrupt. Went and investigated. Turns out she needed an item, shall we say, relocated from the university.
Yes, your speciality.
Yes. This item was relocated with some help from a few of the other employees. Can recommend they did very well. In the process, there was some disruption. There was some, relocation logistics, if you will.
Yes.
Yep. And this item was, as it turns out, an Eldritch Horror. Just wanted to give you an FYI. It is currently contained. Yep, it's in a container. Thank you, Cassie. And we have dropped it off to Cassie and her wizard friend, who are both part of the university. We are unsure how they're going to handle that because the egg Eldritch Horror was tried to be sold by the museum. We're a bit concerned that they don't actually believe it's an Eldritch Horror. But yeah, we wanted to bring this to your
Right.
attention, obviously.
My
and keep someone to
darling.
monitor the situation.
Sweetness, joy. Yes, I'm going to need the name of those employees that you brought with you.
Oh, they're actually helping us out now, so that's all good. We've relocated them into our system.
Right, and what line item are they being charged to now?
I'll have to rework that with the admin team and figure that one out.
Excellent, good, because we wouldn't want them to be on any other kind of duties if they're undertaking yours.
Thank you. I will ensure that they are itemized correctly.
I do need to know who they are, though, because I also had a team that was looking to procure something this evening, and I want to make sure that there has been no crossover with my client.
Who was your team?
That are the secrets we keep.
Was there a rock gnome involved in that?
I have a whole array of people on my payroll, darling.
Curious. I met some interesting people at the museum tonight.
I'm sure that you did. So,
Oh.
I really do need to know the names of the people that you collected.
They go by Pickwick,
Yep.
Byru, and Leonardo.
Okay.
I like how you
Do you
chose
have any crossover?
this moment specifically to get our names right.
The one that matters.
Right. I don't recognise any of them. That's good. But who has ended up with the item that you are procuring? And can I potentially also charge them?
We have had our services. It was only a delivery. It was negotiated for already. And it involved not unleashing the Eldritch Horror in the community.
Oh, so we were working the same gig. All right. If you come to me with this information earlier, we could have provided you with a little more assistance, darling.
Thanks, Dad, but I felt I had this one handled, seeing as it only had 6 hours of warning.
Well, the museum had actually asked me to procure the item a little bit earlier. I assume this is the same item that the museum was holding. Some great big rock thing that was definitely not a rock that they intended to sell for nefarious purposes. Had a couple of things in play. But excellent. Well, if it ends up at the museum, at the university, I think I can charge them for that as well, for services rendered. So, yeah.
That's
Consider-
what's happened, and it is contained.
consider this a bonus then, and he chucks you a bag of 100 gold pieces.
Ooh, thank you. Thank you very much. I will let the team know and distribute accordingly.
To
That sounds nefarious.
just so we are aware though, if you interrupt a job again and it goes awry, I will have to bill you or take it from flesh. We know the deal, right?
Of course, Papa.
Excellent, but my darling daughter's never gonna fail me.
Never.
Never. Not the family business. You're born into this.
Of course. I am being raised to follow in your footsteps.
Yes, I like that entrepreneurial spirit you've got there. Right,
Thank you.
might be worth rewarding some of your crew as well, but, you know, take it as you see fit.
Of course. Night.
Good eve. Good night.
That was like two spies not wanting to reveal their hand to one another.
Cool, so you make it out of the tent, you've got 100 gold pieces in a pouch.
Yep.
I
I
sure
will
do.
give. Yeah, I sure do. Really glad that no one paid in flesh.
I mean, you singed a bit.
My
Yeah. Someone in a past life was incinerated in the multiverse, you know, up in smoke. But
To be fair, there's
Thank
not a lot
goodness
of
that
flesh
didn't
there to
happen.
burn.
Yeah, does anyone else smell wig burning?
yes, I would go and distribute the coin
Evenly?
partially. I would give everyone 15 gold.
Woohoo!
Including your own sister?
Yep.
all right, I'll take it. I'll take 15 gold.
Fucking
Not
added
enough
15
for,
gold to my
for a-
inventory.
Not enough for a healing potion, but sure, I'll take it.
We all we merged them for anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Alright, cool. And with that, we might wrap up this session here. And I'll see you guys next week, assuming nothing goes horribly wrong and my computer doesn't catch fire again.
Oh no!
It'll be someone else's turn.
Oh, I can't wait for mine to explode.
Don't, no! We're not going to bring that here.
Thank you for saving us from the explosion that I caused in the game.
Alright.
Thank you
Alright.
for not killing me.
I feel like I have to ask the important question. Did we level up?
I think you'll find that you did.